Good afternoon, Facebook Live. It's a great afternoon. These days have been so great. Sunny, bright. I just need to get some water. That's good. Yes, welcome to my afternoon program. I am Eunice Lafayette, owner of Lafayette Gallery, located at 227 North Market Street in Wilmington, Delaware. First, I must say I do not own the rights of the music you're hearing. Interestingly, that music is a partnership between Lafayette Gallery and the musician. The musician is none other than Wilmington's famous drummer, Jonathan W. Whitney, who, in collaboration with me, far back as 2016, he took 5 of my paintings and composed that album to which you're listening now. And actually, the album is named after one of my paintings. The album is titled Life's Dimensions, which is the name of one of my paintings and one of my most powerful paintings because the painting has a poem behind it, which I shared this week. So let me put the spotlight on it. Again, the music, the credit goes to the musician. The credit also goes to Eunice Lafayette because, as I said, 5 of my paintings are on that album. There is the piece of work. There is my painting titled Life's Dimension. And here is the album created by Jonathan W. Whitney. And the album is available on his website at www.jwmusic.com. You know, we in the city, we try to be a village. It takes a village to raise a child is a great African proverb. I adapted that proverb to my business. And it goes like this. It takes a village to grow a business. And I'm always partnering with members of the community. I even have a big program out there, which I'm going to be talking about, not today. I have to set aside a special day to remind people that you can raise money creatively. You don't have to sweat it. So we talk about that. Well, today I'm coming to you wearing my interior decorator's hat. You know, I come each day and I wear different hats. So yes, today I am your interior decorator. And if you see from my screen, the title of today's program is Themed Collages Art Collection, to show you how you can be creative in owning art and in changing the ambience of your home using themed art in collage form. And today, for those of you who are my friends on Facebook, you would have seen my profile. My profile explains what that is, the theme collages. So, without further ado, let me show you what the theme collages look like. Here we go. I have 3 beautifully framed collages from my work, paintings. These are from my original paintings. The first theme collage is about peace. And don't we need to talk about peace? We sure do. You know, we should live and breathe peace every day. So this collage features 3 of my paintings, and the top one is in my window. And when children come to the gallery, that's the first symbol they are engaged with. Actually, I make sure that I start out talking about peace. So yes, So the first one is A Peaceful City Begins With Me. And the next one, very, very important, because on May 31st, there's going to be an anniversary, and it is not a pleasant one. You remember what happened last May in the context of injustice? Do you remember? While we were going through the pandemic, we had another pandemic to deal with, the pandemic of racial injustice. And that is when I was moved to create this work of art, the middle piece here, titled KNOW Justice, KNOW Peace. And that relates to what happened with George Floyd and the marches across our nation and the world, chanting no justice as in NO, but I brought it a level higher because as an advocate for peace, it is my goal to get them to KNOW, to know justice, and subsequently to know peace. And then below is another piece, and this is titled Diversity Peace, and it is in memory of a peacemaker who passed earlier this year, who had asked me to create the image for his peace organization, Delaware Peacemakers. That is Deborah Mohammed. Those of you who are from Wilmington, you may know of him. He passed this year from cancer, sadly. Was a peacemaker. And when he asked me to do the piece, I told him I would not charge him. I would not charge him to do it. I would create it and allow him to use it for his organization free of charge. Because you can't put a price on peace. How do you put a price on peace? For me, it is difficult as a peace advocate. So yes, I created it and told him he could use, with my permission, the image. And in his memorial, I am going to be working with his family to use this work of art, create some products, and to raise some funds for peace. You know, peace organization, peace in our city. So yes, collages. That's what I'm promoting today. I am promoting themed collages. And the first theme is about peace. Okay, so let me take you to the next theme. The next theme, collage. Women's History Month has passed. That was in March. But you know my take about these months and days that we celebrate. Women's history is 365. So though we have passed the month of March, for me, Women's History Month is still relevant. So these are pieces from my women's series. Women Balancing the World. Women of Elegance. More elegance right there. So that is a collage. And the first one was vertical. This is horizontal. You know, you could decorate that special wall. What I'm promoting now is what is called that impact wall in your home. That strategic wall, when people come in, you want to show off that wall and your art. So what you can do is choose themes and get the collages. So that's collage number 2. Collage number 3 is about music. And you know how I love my reggae music? Yeah, I do. Love to dance to the reggae music too. So this is reggae music and then jazz. That's called Jazz Kings in the middle. And from the famous song of reggae superstar, one and only Bob Marley, that piece, One Love, One Heart. So there you go. You have a collage with 3 different themes for your wall. Now my work spans 20, if you're just joining me, let me welcome you. Good afternoon. If you're just joining me, my name is Eunice Lafayette, as in French, but bonjour à tous. I am not French. I've been living in the city of Wilmington, Delaware for the last 38 years. So that makes me a Jamaican. Sure does. And yes, I am the owner of Lafayette Gallery Vision Center. More than a gallery. And in my gallery, I mount exhibitions. And the exhibitions are mounted in themes. I have a total of 28 years of inventory that I create. It's all my art. And those 28 years are divided into 20 different themes. So name it, I have it. For the month of April through May, it is flowers. Yeah. April showers, May flowers, right across the wall. Beautiful tropical flowers. As far as your eyes can see, there are flowers all over. Then another theme of my work is landscape. Local landscape, that is, landscape from Wilmington, my adopted city. That one is the Sugar Bowl Pavilion, right here in the city of Wilmington. The one below, Tropical Paradise, that's Jamaica. And the owner of the original painting is none other than 4-star General Colin Powell has the original painting. There goes some more tropical sceneries, bamboo frames, beautiful looking. Tropical, yes. Dunn's River if you've gone to Jamaica, and other tropical scenes. So that's two themes right there. And for the month of April, which was Jazz Month, the feature was Jazz into Spring. So this is my jazz. That's another theme, a big theme of my work. Jazz, because I'm a jazz fan, love my jazz. It's jazz all across the wall over there. And I'm just going to name a few of the other themes of my work. So if you're just joining me, starting we have flowers, landscapes, music, women, children, diversity, Caribbean folk. I even have a theme on marriage equality. I don't discriminate. Actually, I am a social visionary and I use my canvas to address social issues. So yes, a theme, one of the themes of my work is about marriage equality. I'm not trying to convert anyone, but my work is very inclusive. It is about diversity, equity, inclusion. Includes everybody. Nobody's left out of it at all. And in 2013, when the governor of our state, that's former Governor John Markell, when he passed that law which recognized marriage equality, I was inspired to create a body of work around that. So again, I have 20 different themes. I have the abstract paintings, which when some people see that, they said, "Oh, you created that too?" I go beyond the folk. I go abstract, right there. That's abstract work there, more abstract. And that's one of the themes. And I have a theme, arts as prevention. But today, I'm not able to go into all the themes. What I'm here to do today, and the capacity that I am in today, or what I'm promoting today, I am wearing my interior decorator's hat. I am encouraging you to start collecting or add to your collection and to create what is popularly known in the city of New York as impact wall. And what homeowners do in New York, they decorate that strategic wall in their home. They create a theme. Or they could use maybe 3 different artists, and they create their work. Actually, they collect the work and they put them on display on that impact wall. So we're building an impact wall today, and if you're just joining me, we are doing collages for our impact wall. That's a collage about peace, a collage about women, and a collage about music. Then the next collage is going to be about flowers. Here we go. Right there, daffodils. Now this piece comes under flowers, but it also belongs in music. It's the powerful song which helped me to cope during the outbreak of the pandemic last year. That Three Little Birds song, which reassured me, don't worry about a thing, for every little thing gonna be all right. And we have come a long way to where we were this time last year. So yes, building a collage now using flowers. So that's daffodil. And as I said, this is multi-purpose because you could use it for music as well as flowers, because flowers is represented. If you're from the island of Jamaica, you would recognize this one. It is our national flower, the purple blue. That is our lignum vitae. And then it's interspersed with our beautiful tropical hibiscus. Also Jamaican right here. That is beautiful anthuriums. And going back to the pandemic, these 2 pieces, actually 3 right here, these 3 paintings belong to my series called Pandemic Art, which is the most recent series I've done, Pandemic, how to cope. So I cope with nature, I cope with music, and this is called Pandemic Hibiscus, Pandemic Roses. And we're still on flowers. And one of my favorite flowers is water lilies because of its resilience. This is a flower that teaches us about survival, about being strong, being resilient. The the water lily, because it is trodden, it is trampled, it is a bulb, it submerges during the winter time, and then early spring, it pops out from that murky pond water, slimy murky pond, and blooms beautiful flowers. That's water lilies. So you could build an impact wall with flowers, daffodils, 3 little birds, hibiscus, pandemic roses, anthuriums, water lilies. And across my wall, since we are on flowers, there's no limit. I have these in small pieces too. Beautiful orchids. And there we go. The yellow warbler perched on that branch. Rose's Delight is the title of that piece. And if you're from Jamaica, where this is popular, that's red ginger right there. Red ginger. And over there, that piece is intriguing. It is called Floral Smile. My flowers smile. Yeah, they have character. I recall when I lived in Christiana, Jamaica, where my sister Mary, she still lives there. She has a beautiful garden, acres of land there, and beautiful flowers. And she would even communicate with her flowers, talk with her flowers. Intriguing, interesting. So I'm showing you how to build an impact wall, selecting themes of work, and then use collages as I create them here. Well, why have I been talking and not showing you prices? I think that's an issue with me. Focusing on inspiration rather than the bottom line. These are not for decoration. They're for you to purchase. So that's a collage right there. And you have 3 of my famous pieces of art. 3 very famous pieces. And it is beautifully matted and framed. And that is the price for that collage. Actually, that's the price for these 3 collages right here. The one on women and that one on music. Now the flowers, you're getting a deal. To build their impact collage wall with flowers, every item here neatly framed. Look at that's the price for every one of them. As for the pandemic pieces, those should have been triple, quadruple the amount, because that's history. These pieces will go down in history, and let me show you why. You need to know why they will be recorded as part of history. I'm going to show you the secret to why they are history. Okay, so here's this piece. If I can come back to my camera. Good. Now this is my piece titled Pandemic Roses. Let me open the package and show you that you're collecting history. If you collect something that has the year 2020 on it, you're rich. I'm serious. I am serious about that. You're collecting wealth. You're collecting art, which is beauty, but art is more than beauty. You hear me say it over and over again. Art is wealth. Okay, so here's a Pandemic Roses. I'm opening my frame, and I did it this way that it can be used as a heirloom, or you can leave it on your estate for someone to remind them of the pandemic. So I open the frame and let me show you what pops out. Okay, so here's a work of art which is in the frame, right? I said it's my Pandemic Roses. So the person who is going to get this, how would that person know? You open the frame like that. Just take off the lid and you will see at the back inscribed, let me just put there it goes, Roses Pandemic Coping by Eunice Lafayette, C 2020. Copyright. That little C means copyright. If anybody tries to steal my work, you know, they could face law. They could have a problem with the law. So when you get this as a gift and you seal it back, you're sealing history. It is history. So now I'm going to put the cap back on this piece. Yes, I put it back. It's removable. And there you go. And all the pieces which were done in 2020, as I say, they now belong to history. The history of the pandemic. And that was how I coped during the era, still in the era of the pandemic, during the initial outbreak of the pandemic. I took to Mother Nature, and I took to music. That's why I have the 3 little birds. That song was very soothing. And the same goes for these. At the back, you can open the frames, and the titles are at the back with the year 2020. So, do you have anything with the year 2020 in your collection? If you don't, I advise you, I what should I say? Implore. Because if you collect works of art that were done in 2020, you're collecting wealth. See, here's my chart. Talks about art being more than beauty. That art is wealth and gives the reason why you should collect art. So today we are talking about themed art collection, building an impact wall using art from a famous artist at affordable price. That's the price for all these miniatures right there. And for my collage, that's the price per beautifully framed, elegant looking piece. So I have done the piece theme, the women, the music, the flowers. Actually, this one I said was music, so it works both for music and flowers, but let me put it where it belongs. So here we go right now. We have a collage right here. And if I can dim this light, it would be better. You could see them better. Yeah, let's take that light off. I want you to see the beauty. Here we go. That is a patriotic musical piece, and that is about Bob Marley's song 3, One Love, right there. Harmony guitars, united by reggae music. Look at the price on them. Oh, so we're building a collage wall now. Back to the 3 little birds, my jazz kings. There we go. And we come crisscross now. We even have a spiritual theme. My art goes in so many different, as I said, I have 20 different themes. And I'm a faith believer. No apologies. Faith. It is my faith that keeps me going. It was my faith at the outbreak of the pandemic that helped me to cope. And I didn't panic when my business was on lockdown. I stayed home. And I didn't mope. I created. I found creative ways to cope. And the slogan I came up with for the pandemic was don't mope. Find creative ways to cope. Another slogan was the beauty of nature is never on lockdown. The beauty of nature is never closed. Yes, because it was springtime last March when we were on lockdown. But nature wasn't on lockdown. And that is why I captured my pandemic roses, my hibiscus, and all the powerful pieces. So here's another of my collage themes. Well, you saw that piece in the city. Yes, social justice. I have a whole theme on social justice. And yes, I have a spiritual theme too. I have spiritual art. So if, for your church or your organization, if it's spiritual related, then you can collect. You can collect. Okay, collage, building collage. And a collage could be the village. And that's where I normally end my videos talking about the village, because it's inspired by that great African proverb. The great African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. And adapted to Lafayette Gallery, it takes a village to grow a business. And that is why I encourage people to support. Yesterday, I had one of the most joyful experiences in a long time. I'm talking about that. Family. Family is all. Family is the greatest tribute. Yesterday, surprisingly, I looked at my door, and when with the mask wearing, you can't identify people. Oh, by the way, the 21st of May is tomorrow, and the state of Delaware will be relaxing the masks. Well, for me, that's individual. It's my call as to whether I'm going to continue to wear it. That's a different story. But I looked at the door, and there were 4 people there. And went to get my mask because, you know, when I'm by myself, I don't need it. So I went to get my mask, and one of them said to me, well, we're family and we have our vaccines already. Wow. It was my dear family members from Wildwood, New Jersey. Now, when I moved from Jamaica to Wilmington, Delaware in the early 1980s, every year we went to Wildwood because my husband's relative are in Wildwood and they have these little cottages they rent out. And we used to go down for the Masonic banquet. It used to be a big deal. So I'm very closely knitted to my family there. So Cousin Bertha was here. Chipper, that's AKA Chipper, it's actually Edward Harshaw, was here. Liberty, who we call Betty, and she bought my Liberty painting too, a limited edition. Betty Harshaw was here, and their daughter, basketball player Lana Harshaw, was here yesterday. We had such a wonderful time, and yes, we were hugging, you bet. We were just moved with the warmth of family. So I'm talking about that because I mentioned the village. It takes a village to grow a business, and my family members have been very supportive. Today, if you look at my page, I captured some memories and post them again of family supporting my business. One of my brothers who live in Brooklyn, my brother David, he has several pieces of my art in his real estate office. My brother Horace, that I posted to, pictures of them when I went to New York a few years ago, they have my art. When I started first, all my initial works were collected by family. And I'm happy that my original pieces stayed in the family. So the village is very, very important to me. So one of the collage themes that you could develop to build your wall would be the village. And here's my painting, The Village. So that's a limited edition print. It has a 1-inch border. You don't even have to mat it. Just buy a 16 by 20 frame it. And here is a frame piece, beautifully framed. Yes, and that is the price for the framed one, 16 by 20 also. Then over here, I have products from the village. Wow, it's a lot too. Village products. And this mask, well, that is mine, so I mark it sold. I have village note card, the village mug right there. I have village t-shirts, sure enough. Village limited edition print, framed limited edition. And look at this huge tote bag. This village tote bag right there. Pretty hefty, pretty big bag. So there you go. Building a collage for an impact wall or building a product collage. And yes, like a mask, like this is history. So you buy a mask and you save it for the next generation. You write it a note for the heirloom and talk about what happened in 2020 and the significance of the mask. We have to preserve history. And that's the way we do it, through art and music and journaling. Talk about journaling? Oh, yes. When the pandemic broke, I started a journal last year. And I updated with all the important developments in the pandemic. And tomorrow, My entry in the journal is going to be masked, unmasked, because yes, the state of Delaware will be lifting their mask requirements. It's happening tomorrow, the 21st. Different states face in different times. So that will be the entry for my journal tomorrow. Wow, that's life. That's life dimensions. Looking where we were last year and where we are now. And looking at the 4 dimensions of life. The bright side, the dark side, the valleys and the peak. You need to look at this. This is a framed piece of my work with a poem I wrote about it. I have this in my restroom. As an interior decorator, I know that some pieces are more relevant in certain places. So this in the bathroom is a great area. Actually, I have a true story of a lady who came 2 years ago, requested to use my restroom, and when she came out, I told you this is in my restroom, she was in tears. I couldn't figure, and I didn't want to probe too much, but I just had a comforting word for her and tried to see if I could calm the emotion. And when I asked what was the matter, she said, "In your restroom, I saw that work of art with a poem, and it moved me to tears." So let me read it for you. Or I know it by heart. So I'll say it and point as I read. Life has its bright side, its dark side, its valleys and peaks, but life is what you make it. So always look on the bright side and aim for the peak. And no matter how dark it looks out there, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, there is night, and day will always follow night, no matter how dark it is. So this is a great work of art to collect. Put it in your office to inspire your employees. Put it somewhere in your home. As I said, restroom is a good location. And that's the price of that frame piece. It is 11 by 14 framed, and that is the price. Now, how do we acquire all of what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, let's talk about the collages, because these are not online, not at this time. They are so very individualized that they're not online and may not be online. However, you can acquire them through virtual shopping or coming to the gallery. So if you would like to purchase the collages that I showed you today, you have one of 2 choices. If you live in the city of Wilmington or neighboring cities, then come to the gallery, which is located at 227 North Market Street. And let me put the spotlight on that. The gallery is located at 227 North Market Street in Wilmington, Delaware. And the hours are 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. May go on to 6 when the evenings get lighter. Or you can go online to shop. The products are on a different website. I think I did put that HTTPS links. That's where you get the mask, your fleece, your tote bags, your mugs, etc. FineArtAmerica.com. To come to the gallery, make an appointment. Call 302-656-6786. And yes, for your products, go to FineArtAmerica.com. There is a link I put there beginning with HTTPS, or you could type www.fineartamerica.com. In the search bar, you type my name, Eunice Lafayette. It brings up a page that has approximately 20 images of my work. And you could choose one image, just one image, like this lady. A lady took this right here on this mug, my morning glory, and she transformed the ambience of her home. She had shower curtains, towels, fleece blankets, throw pillows, everything from just one piece of work, that beautiful morning glory. So start collecting or add to your collection. Build an impact wall with collages. Very inexpensive way of collecting art. The art should not be that expensive that it's out of reach. That is why I have all these unique, precious works of art priced at that price so you can collect them. The collages, that's what they run for, that 3 dynamic image collage right there. Women, music, peace. Okay, so I invite you to go shop right now. Go online at www.thefaithgallery.com. Now, I did say these are not online. Here's how you shop for these. We set up what I call virtual shopping. Let me explain how that works. If you're on Facebook, which I know you are, then we will do that FaceTime. We're going to do FaceTime shopping. So we click on that messenger link. There is a phone. And there is a camera. We're going to click on that camera. And you and I will FaceTime. I will walk you throughout this gallery. Show you the unique things which are not online. You will make your selection. I'll be patient with you. You'll make your selections. And I will mail your package to you free of cost. Anywhere in the United States. How about that? That's virtual shopping. In this age of technology, there's no restriction. You're in far away. You're not in close proximity. You can't come to the gallery. That shouldn't prevent you from acquiring my art. So the FaceTime shopping is for the products which are not online, like these collages, these mini prints, these specialized products. Talking about specialized products, how could I talk about that without taking you over here? Look, guys, look at these. One of a kind in the nation and the world. These are aesthetic resin sculptures. They're consigned to my gallery. I didn't make them. A famous designer, Errol Miller from Florida, made them. And I'm one of his greatest patrons. I'll show you in a moment that I'm his patron. Look what I'm wearing today. Look what I'm wearing. One of his pendants. And as I said, it's one of a kind. There's no other one identical to this one. And look at the matching bracelet. There we go. So let me show you some of these other products. These are the products now we do the FaceTime with. Pendant, bracelet, set, matching set, chunky pendant. Pendants for all lifestyles. We have it. The bracelets. Look at the array of pendants, peace pendants. Everybody should wear a peace pendant. Yeah, we should wear big, chunky pieces. This is peace too. Yeah, beautiful. The sign of the cross pendant. And then these are acrylic pouring. The most modern way of making art. So these are not online. Again, the way to acquire these is through the virtual shopping FaceTime with me. And how do you do that? You call me at area code 302-656-6786. We will schedule the FaceTime shopping, the virtual shopping, or go to my website, www.thefaithgallery.com. There is a form, a contact form. Complete that contact form, send it back to me, and we will schedule your virtual shopping. Yeah, I have an event to attend at 2 o'clock. Today there is a groundbreaking. We're doing the big things in the city. The groundbreaking ceremony at 5th and Market. The Buccini Paulin Group, the architects in this city, they are going to be building. And I want to thank them. That's a great company. Last year they sponsored 20 children who came to this gallery to paint free of cost, not a dime out their parents' pocket. They paid for it. So I give them kudos for their generosity. So I'm getting ready now to go up to 5th Street to that groundbreaking ceremony. And not only that, right across from the gallery. Take you outside for a moment. Right across from my gallery, they have built this complex. A beautiful complex of 90 bedrooms. They're going to be opening that soon. Right out there. See? Right there. Beautiful. Right here in the Lower Market Street area of Wilmington, Delaware. And from the groundbreaking ceremony to now, I lived with the noise. And I said, okay, that's good noise. If it brings business to my gallery, then that's good noise. Here's my window. See? You cannot miss this. When you come to Lafayette Gallery, and especially children, I take them right over to this window to show them that sign of peace. A peaceful city begins with me. That's a trademark of my gallery. And what do we do at this gallery? We have original paintings, limited edition prints, art note cards, wearable art, art workshops, paint night, etc., etc. And look at, you see how well my windows? Look at these items in my window. Right there. I want to put the spotlight on that. Because when you get a work of Lafayette, you should know what you're getting. See what that says? Most influential Delawarean of 2020. That's me, right there. And that was a recognition given by the News Journal. So there is a lot to learn. Oh, I don't want to be late for my event. So thank you for watching. Have a pleasant afternoon. Go shop. Go to www.lafayettegallery.com. Go to that fine art link to get your products. And if you want the special products, specialized products, like the collages, then you inbox me or call 302-656-6786 to set up FaceTime virtual shopping. Thank you for watching.